Hey, and welcome back to another episode of You Love Comic Books. This is episode 36 of a show that I do on YouTube where I showcase comic book hauls, comic book speculations, mini reviews of stuff from my weekly pull list, and stuff from my collection. Um, this week's episode definitely got some crazy stuff in here, some really good dollar bin finds, actually, and a couple of good, Silver Age books. I just see one right up here. So before I get into it, though, do me a favor. If you like what you see, smash that like button. Helps me out the algorithm. You know what? If you like the show, why not subscribe? If you have any questions on what you see in the episode, leave a comment and I will get back to you. Also, there's links in the captions of my YouTube videos. One is for my Instagram. You love comic books, so if you like what you see in the video, and you have Instagram, you'll definitely like what you see on the Instagram account for You Love Comic Books. I also have a link to my eBay store where I put some toys and trades and some comics and other random stuff in there, so check that out as well. Alright, so let's get into the haul. Before I talk about this guy up here, this is from my weekly pull list. Darth Vader 25. This is the Rod Reyes. I don't know. You could correct me in the comment section. I don't know. You could type out how it's supposed to sound. And this is the variant edition of. I didn't care for the main cover, and I saw this one on the stand, so I had to grab this one instead. Book's good. I mean, it's just continuing the storyline with the Padme's former handmaiden. That's this is supposed to be right before Return of the Jedi. Again, like I said, Darth Vader. I've said this before in this this show that I think Darth Vader is one of the better comics of the Star Wars series that they put out. Star Wars 25. This is also a variant edition. They did not have the regular cover for this. It was either choose this or the whatever the X-Wing squadron was from the new sequel trilogy. So I think I'm gonna go with Emperor Palpatine hanging out with his buddy Darth Vader. This was kind of like a mini. It was like 4 short stories in this. I mean, really short. They were fine. There was 2 different stories I thought were kind of cool, where it showcases Anakin being taught by Obi-Wan, and then later on Vader being taught by Palpatine. So I found that one interesting. Last one of the pull list, Saga number 60. This actually came out earlier this month, but I guess they forgot to give it to me, but thankfully they had a copy. This is the last chapter, I guess, of this story. They usually do 6 parts, and then they take a break. Obviously, they took an insanely long break before issue 55. Maybe it was 54. Whatever it was, the issue that they came back on. I mean, that was almost 3 years later. They said they'll be back in the fall. So that's cool. This was a good story. It was a good book. I mean, I like Saga. I really don't have anything else to say about it. I just hope that, they don't do any more 3-year breaks on it. All right, on to the haul. Let's talk about this guy. World's Finest, number 173, featuring the Jekyll and Hyde heroes. So this is kind of I'd say it's a pretty low grade copy. I mean, it's still put together pretty well. I mean, it's got this obviously this little tear here, and I mean, it's a low grade Silver Age title, but it's held together and it still looks pretty decent. The colors are still there. So what is the significance of this book? Now, this is debatable, but I guess this is considered the first Two-Face in the Silver Age. His first appearance in the Silver Age, even though I think that also goes through Batman 245. I think that's the number. I could be wrong. I guess it's one of those weird, maybe they came out around the same time, or maybe this predates it and people just finally realized it. I can imagine some collectors just will consider the Batman one over the world's finest comic, just because, the Batman one does seem, obviously there's more prestige to the Batman title than world's finest. Either way, this was only 12. Happy to have this one. Like I said, it's not like the worst condition, but I've seen this book in this condition go for way, way, way more than that. Batman 429. This is the last part of Death in the Family. If you watched any of my previous episodes, I showcased Batman 426, which was part 1, right? 26? Yep. So now I just need to get 27 and 28. I think 28 is the most expensive of the books because it's the one where, the dead Jason Todd on the cover. This one's like always, I remember reading, I had the trade for this, and I remember reading it, and I always thought this part of the story was so bizarre. It's like Joker becomes like a ambassador for like an foreign country. I don't know if it's aged well, this part of the story. Either way, it is part 4 of the Death in the Family. So, I decided I'm like, finally go after them. I want to get decent copies. This is a very nice copy. It has one minor, like, spine tick here, but it's not color breaking, which is great, being that this is a solid black cover. I would imagine getting this storyline in good condition for all of them is tough, actually, because they are all black covers. And those things can be notoriously easily damaged with color breaking spine ticks and bends. So, happy to have this one. So, the quest continues for 427 and 428. Okay, here we go. These were from the $2 bin. Star Trek Deep Space Nine, number 1. This doesn't really have any value. Honestly, I don't even know why I bought it. I feel like Deep Space Nine has become more, there's a lot of, it's like a lot of people have been discovering it, 30 years later, pretty much. And I just think there's a nostalgia factor to this series. So I figured, hey, why not? It was only $2. It's in great condition. I think there's another Deep Space Nine number 1. I think that one goes for more. That's the Marvel series. But this was another $2 book. Fantastic Four 350. I might already have this already. I'm not sure, but it's Walt Simonson Fantastic Four run. Just a great comic to have. And, okay. I already showcased this. Well, this is a different version, but I showcased this book in, I think, either the previous episode or the episode before. Marvel Comics Presents, number 18. This was also a $2 book. This is in much better condition than the one I got in the previous episode that I showcased. What is the significance to this book? This is the first Sensational She-Hulk, actually. This predates Sensational She-Hulk number 1. And this also is the first time She-Hulk breaks the fourth wall. It's in this comic. Is it a major key? I don't know. I mean, it's not the She-Hulk series, but a new trailer just dropped of the She-Hulk TV show. That's going to be on Disney Plus. And spoilers for a trailer. There's a part in the trailer where she's talking to Bruce, but then she looks at the audience and winks at the audience or something. She breaks the fourth wall. And Hulk's like, what? So they're clearly going to be doing that a bunch of times. And I bet people are going to be like, hey, Deadpool did that. But actually, that's not true. She-Hulk precedes Deadpool when it comes to breaking the fourth wall. So this was another $2 bin book. Blade number 3. This one's in decent condition. Anytime I find a Blade comic from the early 2000s, the 90s series, I'm going to pick it up. There's a movie coming out, there's a lot of excitement, and if I'm going through a $2 bin and I see a Blade book and it's in decent condition, as a collector, it cannot hurt to grab it. This one I think is a better find. Ignore the crease in the bag if you see one. It's not that. The comic's actually in really nice condition. This is Blade number 2. This is from the Midnight Sun series. Number 1 is pretty much a $100 book. But number 2 I've seen it go sell for like 20, 25. So to get this for two, I think is a really good find. All right, this is now a different store. New Mutants 18. This is the first appearance of the Demon Bear. I think there's some other first appearance in this, but you got Bill Sienkiewicz art, New Mutants. It was only $2.99. It's in great condition. It's a newsstand. Happy to have this. I think I have another one of these, but I think it comes from like my brother's collection from like 40 years ago, wherever how old this book is. And this one's in a million times better condition, so happy to have that. This one was $3.99. I forgot to take the prices off of these, but whatever. This is the second appearance of Thanos in the Silver Surfers, 34 being the big one. I already have this one, but I saw it. It's only $4. I think Thanos couldn't hurt to have another one of these. I feel like the color on the cover is weird. I'm gonna have to look at my other copy. I wonder if this is like considered a misprint. If you look at these colors. They just seem a little off on Thanos. Like everything else is colored right. I don't know. I don't think it's anything. But yeah, like it just should be more yellow, right? Right, guys? And right, YouTube audience. Hey, who knows? Maybe I got a crazy variant here. Now this $3.99 book is gonna be worth $3.99. Here's another one. George R. Martin, Game of Thrones #1. This one was only $2.99. This is the second print variant. This is an Alex Ross cover. Really nice. I have never seen this before. I've never really seen the Game of Thrones comics. I've seen like the trades. I figured it was only $2.99. It's in decent condition. It's got some minor spine ticks. I think most of them, like if somebody they could press these out. I think this book would be in some more solid condition. They just announced there's a new Game of Thrones series coming out, so I think this makes this book more relevant. This one was $1.99. I'm happy to get this one. This is the first appearance of the Silver Banshee. I didn't realize, I always thought she's like an older character. I mean, if you look at this cover, ignore the fact that it's burned, I would have thought this was a book from the 70s. So like if you even ignore like the 75 cents, it's nuts though around this time period when you realize that like John Byrne was doing action and doing Superman at the same time. So this guy was a machine back then. It's crazy. I think he's underappreciated. This is a nice copy, or decent, I'd say very VF. This book goes for, on average, $10-20, maybe even more. It's not like a super major villain, but it is someone that pops up here and there. I think it could be a good character for like, TV or cartoons or movies even. Happy to grab it. Anytime there's like a cool villain that's kind of above sea level, I think it's always worth getting, especially if, $1.99. Yeah. So that's it on that one. And then this was the last one I got in this store. This one was $20. The New Teen Titans, 1983, Annual 2. This is the first appearance of the Vigilante costume. Adrian Chase. He first appears in like issue 10, I think, or something. I don't even remember. Of Teen Titans series. But he's becomes the Vigilante in this annual. I already got one. I probably showcased in a much earlier episode of this show. I paid more, like 30 something for that one. I would say, and I bought that, to be honest, probably more like, the Peacemaker show was on already, and people were loving this character. So this is kind of more like, I would say this is like the dip period. This character, he'll be back in season 2. Very beloved character, and you'll see this book start spiking again. But like I said, it's a decent copy. It's got like a minor bend here, but nothing crazy. And I think this one's better than the one I paid more for, so I figured it couldn't hurt to have a second one, especially if it's going to be less than what I paid for my first copy. All right, this is a different store I went to. This book was $2. I really don't remember why I bought this. I saw something about it. There's some significance to this, but it is a really cool Mike Mignola cover. That's the Hellboy fame. Great artist. Honestly, I don't know what it is in this story, but there was something recently about this. Either way, happy to have it. Great cover. And it was only $2. This one I've been wanting to get for a while. This is so stupid. Alf, the Uncanned X-Mailman, because he's from the planet Melmac. So I looked through this comic too, and they're in the entire comic. I thought you'd think like when you see this, it's just gonna be like a cover, but no, this is all the X-Men, and they just announced a whole bunch of stuff with X-Men '97. There's gonna be an Alf team up. It's just inevitable. And if that's the case, this book's going to be worth $1,000,000. I'm just kidding. I'm just happy to have it. It's a really nice condition copy. I think I got this for $4. I was going to get this like at another store a year ago, and I was ready to buy it. It was the same price, but I always check the comics. I try to, as best as I can. I recommend, if the store doesn't let you open the comic and they won't take it out for you either to see it, don't buy it. I mean, unless you're assured or it's like super cheap, you know what I mean, or it's something you're really trying to find. But man, nothing is worse than when like you get home, you open it, and like the whole back cover is just bent, or like you find out there's water damage. There's nothing worse than that. But this book is in excellent condition. Happy to have it. And then this one was a good find. Marvel Premiere featuring Wonder Man. This one was $7. Happy to get this one. This book is blown up. There was an announcement of a TV show. I don't know when this Disney Plus series is going to happen. I don't think they even announced who's going to play Wonder Man. This is his first solo issue. So his first appearance being Avengers #9. It's going to be a very expensive book to get. And then there's like, what is it? Avengers #9. I can't even speak. He doesn't show up to like issue 58 again as like a flashback, and then he doesn't show up to like issue 130 of Avengers, or 131, and he's like a zombie in that issue. I showcased that in previous episode. Happy to have this. I think it's a good find. $7 is a good price, being that this book goes for like easily $40 now, so, and even more depending on condition. This one's labeled a VF. I would say that's an accurate depiction. VF is, yeah. All right, got this today. This one was $4. She-Hulk #4 for $4. From the 2014 series. Now, why is this a big deal? Well, it's the first. I guess this is considered the first time Matt Murdock, Daredevil, works with She-Hulk, which is kind of crazy when you think about it, that these two characters that play lawyers have not like really interacted with each other. I know like Marvel Team Up suppose is like a cameo, but I don't think they interact. And that's like issue 107 or something. But this is supposedly the first time She-Hulk, and Matt Murdock. Now, why does it even matter? Who cares? Well, if you just watch the new She-Hulk series trailer, in the end of the trailer, a guy flips into the screen, and it's pretty much it's Daredevil. So yeah, they already announced that there's a Daredevil series coming out in a couple of years on Disney Plus. He's gonna show up in the Echo series. He's gonna show up in She-Hulk. So this isn't like, I don't think this will have any craziness behind it, but definitely worth picking up, especially if you find it for cheap. All right, I'm just gonna show you guys this one real quick. This was an awesome find today. So I went to a store today, and that's where I got the She-Hulk book. Then I got this one today too. He had a box of like, what do we call these? Man, I need to like, I don't know. I don't want to ruin it. Okay. He had a box of like Treasury editions. Let's see if I can zoom out here. Here we go. Freehanding. This is Batman vs. the Hulk Treasury edition. So back in the 70s, they had the famous Superman versus Spider-Man. And then they decided to do a Hulk one, which is kind of nuts when you think about like what a weird decision that was. Like this back cover. See, what I love about these Treasury editions is they have these insane back covers too. So like, this was, it's in decent condition. I'd say it's like a fine, or a fine, maybe not VF in any way. I'd say a fine plus. I mean, it's got some like beatings to it, but you gotta understand, like these Treasury editions, man, like kids like read the hell out of them. I mean, these got to be so much fun, but it's just crazy when you think about it. Like this book came out in where they have the year on it. I think this is 76, but Okay, 1981. Is this the first printing? I guess it is. I don't know if they had any second printings of this book. I mean, they have like different editions of it, but I'm pretty sure this is the first printing. But, you know, this book was $2.50 when it came out, you know? And this is 1981. Comics were like literally 50, 60 cents still. But man, this is such a cool find. And you want to know what I got this for, guys? You want to know what I got this for? Did I already tell you what I got it for? I was going through the box. And I said, how much is this? He looked it up and he said, $10. So I was like, damn. Now I've seen this go for way more. I was at like some antique store back in like early like 2011, like somewhere outside of Chico, California. I'd never seen this anywhere before. And they wanted 50 for this, and it was in that, like, it was just cockeyed condition. And then I'm sure I've seen this in another store back in Texas, and I think they wanted like 50. I would say it was comparable to this. So to get this for 10, I think is a really good find. I've seen this book on, I mean, I'm happy to have this. I think the Superman, Spider-Man one's gonna, that if I want to get that one, that's just gonna cost way more. But just happy to have it. And again, I just find it such a, what a bizarre decision. This is kind of cool. They show you like the evolution of the cover. And what's crazy is that the artist that did this, he's a famous artist, not just for doing comics, but for like, if you own any like t-shirts from DC Comics or anything that looks like the superpower stuff from the 80s, it was made by an artist named Jose Luis Garcia Lopez. That guy is responsible for style guides that DC still uses to this day. So it's kind of cool that he did that too. So I think that was a great find, you know, to get that too, just for $10. Such a kind of like just a strange. I still like. Why would they not do like Batman versus Captain America? I mean, like it's the freaking Hulk. I just imagine a fight between Hulk and Batman would not last very long. All right, this was in a different store today. The other day. This was $4. This is the first appearance of Plastic Woman. Now, this is like a minor. This is kind of picked up. There's been announcements of different. There was like an announcement recently of doing a Plastic Woman cartoon or something. I don't even know. But I've been wanting to get this one for a long time. It's also a great cover. And it was only $4, so whatever. This one was a good find too. This one was $4. This is a decent condition copy. Defenders 83. Now, this book, the big one you want to get is 84, which I actually have a copy of that. Maybe, you know what? I'm going to come and try to find that real quick. So if you guys want to just look at the screen, I'm going to see if I can find it real fast. So just give me a second. I should have had this ready to go before I started this. So please forgive me, if you don't mind. Don't go anywhere. Here we go. Found this for $2 like a year or two ago. This is Defenders 84. Now, what's the big deal about this book? This is the first time Submariner ever fought, or I guess even teamed up, fought, whatever, the Black Panther. And if you saw the new Wakanda trailer that just came out from San Diego Comic-Con, they finally revealed Namor is like either the villain of the movie or like the antagonist, whatever you want to call it. Probably like they start out like bad guy, you know, they start out like enemies. We still don't know who's going to play Black Panther in the new series, in the new movie. They're keeping that hush hush. But so this one is a big. This one you're gonna see this. I've seen this one go for like $50 to $100 easily. And with the movie coming out, this is definitely going to blow up even more. And it's kind of a cool cover. I mean, if you minus the Hulk here, it's actually like a great like fight here. So 83 is just a good companion to it. Happy to get this for $4. It's in really nice condition. This is, it just says like, I think it literally just says on the last page, Black Panther. So I was like, I figured, hey, might as well get it. You know, you're going to start seeing this book pick up too. Not, this is the one you really want to get. But, you know, happy to have it either way. And then the last one I got in the store, this one was 18. 18? Yeah. This one's like kind of low grade-ish copy. Submariner and the Hulk. Tales to Astonish in 92. So what's the significance to this book? Now, I don't know if it's the first appearance of this guy. I don't think that matters. Now, the reason why this book is why you want to get this book, like I said, it's not the greatest. It's like a 3 at best. You know, it's got like a little tear here, but it's held together. You know, it's there. It's still durable. This is what you want. The last page of this book. So, the next issue is the iconic Silver Surfer carrying the Hulk cover. That's the one, you know, that's the expensive one. But this one, I think, is like one of the, what I call like a secret key. You know, people don't realize what, you know, because he's not on the cover of the book, you know, so it's like one of those things. But Silver Surfer shows up. He's on the full page of the complete full page on the back. It's an early appearance. Happy to have this. I just got to get number 93. Okay, last few books, and then we're almost done. These were from a dollar bin. Happy to get these. This was a crazy dollar bin find. So this one, not too crazy, but still pretty cool. Captain Marvel number 2. I think this goes back to like 2011, maybe. When the first series where Carol Danvers becomes Captain Marvel. And this is the second printing variant. Captain Marvel number 1. Second printing variant. I should have took the tags off, but whatever. And then these are the best ones, and I can't believe these were in a dollar bin. And they are in mint condition. Like, these are like 9.8 candidates. Miss Marvel number 2. Not a huge, like, you know, it's like a $30 book easily, 25 in this condition. You know, I mean, the series came out. I thought it was really good. I don't know if, like, a lot of people saw it. You know, I'm sure this is like the time period now. If you want to get Miss Marvel stuff's gonna be a little less. But this should not have been in a dollar bin. And then this is the best one of the bunch. Miss Marvel number 1, second printing variant. I couldn't believe this was in there. I've never seen this in stores. I've seen it on eBay. This goes for like $50 or $100 all day. I mean, this is still like, even if you didn't like the series, the comic, like the issue 1 still goes for like a decent amount. And to find this in a dollar bin for $1 in the condition as in is quite awesome. So I will say this was a great haul, you know, especially these dollar bin finds. This is a store where I pick up my my new books, and they have these dollar bins, and I always make sure to go through them, and they just had these 4 right in the front, and I couldn't believe it. So happy to have them. So yeah, I would say this was a good haul this week, right, guys? Yeah. So on that note, why don't you, you know, you're going to see a previous video here, previous video there, subscription button there. You know, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and check out the links for my Instagram and my eBay. All right, have a good one, and later. Bye.